Hey everybody, Pastor Matt here, and I just wanted to talk to my Arapahoe Road family and friends about an issue that I brought up at the end of Sunday service, but I'm not sure if our live stream was able to capture all of it, so I want to make sure that I'm really clear here. In the insert of your worship guide, you saw that there was an insert regarding a bill called HB 25-1312, known as the Kelly Loving Act. And what that is, and I'll just read it from this particular insert. The Kelly Loving Act would make using a person's name giving it birth and using a person's biologically correct pronouns discriminatory actions under the Colorado Anti-Discrimination Act. It also requires dress-coded public schools to allow children of either biological sex to choose between following the boys' or girls' dress code without their parents' consent or guidance. And so this is a troubling thing, not only regarding parental rights, but also regarding free speech and also regarding a religious liberty. Because regarding religious liberty, and I'm going to go back to this insert, if passed, this bill would force people to use language that violates their consciences and religious beliefs. It would also expose individuals, ministries, and religious organizations to legal action for simply affirming a biblical worldview of sex and gender. Now, what's it talking about there? Well, the scriptures are very clear that, especially in Genesis 1, that God has made us male and female. Male and female. And so we recognize that this is what God has said. And so now the state is coming along, our state and the state is coming along and trying to undercut that and saying that if we hold to this and we end up speaking about this and affirming this, rather than affirming what the state has said about what they believe is the proper worldview regarding male and female and gender identity and sexual orientation, that there could be a problem here regarding what the state does, and we could be seen as discriminatory. It's also against free speech, which, when I understand our Constitution is all about, gives us the right to be able to follow that, also in line with religious liberty. So this is a troubling thing. And I just want to let you all know that there cannot be anything that's in our state that will allow us to compromise on what God has said in his word regarding these matters. Not only is it saying this in Genesis 1, but Jesus also reaffirmed this in Matthew 19. We can't compromise. We won't compromise. We won't bow down to this. And we are calling on our legislation to get back to what this country was actually founded upon and to see what the actual scriptures have to say in regards to what God has said regarding this worldview of male and female. Not only that, science is showing this as well, that there's a binary understanding of male and female. And for us to be able to lose parental rights by what we teach in our homes, to lose free speech, as well as to be able to undercut what this country was founded on regarding religious liberty for all religions. This is a problem. So I'm going to ask you, if you will, to pray for your elected officials, that they would embrace the truth of these biological realities, but also advocate for this by contacting your legislature and letting them know where you are, letting them know that they represent us, not simply an ideology that undercuts a large group of people that hold to this. We don't want the state to get in the middle of all this to tell parents how to raise their children. And what's very interesting about this is that I had a friend of mine who is not agreeing with my worldview, but they are also agreeing that the government shouldn't tell parents how to raise their children. But this is what's now going on here in Colorado for whatever reason. So please contact your legislature and let them know, and please contact your representatives rather, and let them know about this Kelly Loving Act, HB 25-1312, and tell them this is not what you stand for and this is how they shouldn't be representing us. All right? Thanks a lot. And to our Arapahoe Road family and friends, we're praying for you, especially during these troublesome times. But stand strong. Hold on to what the scriptures say. Hold on to what God says, and you'll be moving forward well in his sight. Thank you very much.